Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, July 14, 2016, 1:54 a.m. in Birmingham. And topic is, I got to get down there. I'm sorry. America, be prepared for an unknown event that's going to hurt a lot of people. And I've got the dates down here, but I'm not going to get into the dates because I get in on another blog. Excuse me. So I got to move down. But first, I want to tell you that this really started in the way it did by the words that someone said, and then Obama picked up on it and just made it into a mountain. He said that Black Lives Matter. And anybody says, well, you know what? Blue lives matter too. White lives matter too. But yet those people were condemned for saying that. What should have been said was Black Lives Matter too. T-O-O. And then he would not have targeted one specific group of people called black people. But he did. By doing that, those words, Obama is responsible for a number of people that's already been murdered. Thanks to him and that word that was left out, too, he has caused the death of people, and he'll answer to that. And he triggered a boatload of hate, and it's going to only worsen. So let me move on down. Ginsburg of the Supreme Court judges did the unthinkable. She knows she's on her way out. So what is she doing? She's given herself a holier than thou attitude. Her words could easily have swayed any normal election. But this is not a normal election. This is anything but a normal election. This election, the outcome is preordained. And Ginsburg didn't hurt the election, but she will cause the lives of more people to be killed by her words. And then she even defended what she said and added to it. I didn't think that she was going to be the one to do that. I knew this was coming. And there was two things I was looking for that I was worried about. This is one of the two. And the other was, we had 5 cops that were murdered in a staged event, guys. Look, you'll know it. It was a staged event. Who in the world would have known exactly where these guys would have been? The only problem was there was meant to be 3 times that many cops. 5 cops killed in a staged event. Donald Trump, all these riots at his rallies were paid for by the Democrats and even by the establishment, who joined with the Democrats to pay for these people to do their best to upset the apple cart and do something to interfere with a Donald Trump rally. Guys, you're not going to change God's mind. I don't care how hard you try, and I don't care how much money you spend. You're not going to change God's mind. In the process, you're going to cause more people to die, and that monkey is on your back. Democrats, establishment, you think about that. You're going to pay for what you did. And all these police officers that all of a sudden supposed to be the backup to the Jade Helm plan that should have already happened, but it's been delayed by circumstances, contributing circumstances, that now, when will it happen? They're trying to make it go now, but it can't. If they were to start now, then you think people would die? They would die. A lot of people. And the ones who are supposed to assist Jade Helm right now will tell Obama to kiss their royal white butt. Because it's the cops. The cops have been, you know what's happened to the cops. They've been blamed for everything. They're being railroaded. And the lady that filmed that, so nice and calm, while she sat there and let her boyfriend die. Well, what happened to the first part of that tape? Don't tell me she waited until after he started dying to turn it on and just calmly go through the process of putting it on Facebook or wherever it went. And on top of that, they have already found that she told 6 lies. 6 lies. The cop said, I told him to not go for that gun. I told him. And she said, no, sir, you told him to get those papers out of his pocket. You had to see those papers. That cop was ballistic when he said that. And he would not have lied with that rolling film on him, but she's just nice and calm. Staged event, guys. Then you got the guy that was killed. Well, he's high as a kite on a number of things. That wasn't staged. But he did get that gun in his hand, even though he had already been tasered and already had 2 cops on top of him. When you got this crap in you, you got a lot of strength in you. Your adrenaline can come to surface, and you can take one of those cops and throw them over 3 cars. This is what the drugs do. Well, he got him off for a moment enough to put his hand on his gun, and then that cop that came back on said, gun, 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 and finally popped him because the gun was still in his hand. But yet, you're not hearing that story. You're not hearing the true story about the guy that was shot 4 times by the cop outside the car. All you hear is what Obama is allowing to go out. All right, let me get on down the line. Obama, he takes advice from Jeremiah Wright, a bigot to boot, and the worst of the worst he's not a preacher. This man may be a preacher. Satan, Jesse Jackson, a man that's never had a job in his entire life, and Al Sharpton. Good God, if you let that man give you advice, then you are certainly at the bottom of the barrel. If you let him give you advice, then you're dumber than dirt. But yet Obama is taking advice from Al Sharpton. That tells me how smart Obama really is. All right, I've got another another blog to do. This is my 6th try right here, right now. Let me tell you what happened on my first one. I had it laid out. I had it marked, part 1 of 1, part 1 of 2, or part 2 of 2. Anyway, I had 4 segments lined up. My computer blinked, said, excuse me. And it took me a while to get it back together, and I never did properly. Some of the things I wanted to say are left out, including what Ben Carson had to say, and including more about Jade Helm. That should remain right here for a while on you, because don't forget that. And also, I want to say another thing. You go and look again, and please try to find it. If you can't, I'll find it, and then I'll come back and tell you where to get it. But Venezuela, these people are, if you want to see what it's like in a city after an EMP, they've not had an EMP, but they're acting like they have had one. Every store empty, been ransacked, been torn to pieces, nothing left, not even a bag of beans on the floor. Service station, everyone's empty. Warehouses with food, they're all empty. And you know why? When the president died, the Russians quit coming. Why in the world do socialists and communists let another country supply all their needs? Why in the world should anyone depend on socialists or communists for all their needs? That's stupid to do that. But that's what socialism and communism is about. This is what Sanders wanted, and this is what Hillary wants. Complete socialism. Finally, I did the thing about her wearing all these muumuus. Finally, somebody said something about it last week. Finally. I've been the only one that's been saying and talking about that until somebody on the 5 brought it up. And but yeah, she's wearing muumuus. She's practicing her socialist attire. And I've got more, but I'm not going to do it on this. And but I'm going to tell you and try to do my very best to pre-warn you, because we do have an event that's going to come and hurt us. Jody Wolf Expoz.